The battle against infection, bacterial infection that is just like the battle against the Horde, or the Alliance. No, it is. Like druids, rogues, demon hunters, and shamans, antibiotics like flucloxacillin, cefuroxime, cefazolin, and metronidazole do just fine on their own. Other antibiotics, specifically amoxicillin, are like pestilence death knights, warlocks, and hunters. Like amoxicillin in its fight against some bacteria, hunters like my little gnome friend here, and my not-so-little orc friend here, need help fighting their enemies, be it Horde or Alliance, or just whatever they encounter while wandering around minding their own business. While hunters have their pets, warlocks have whatever nasty they can summon, and pestilence death knights have their zombie friend or friends, amoxicillin has clavulanate potassium or clavulanic acid to help it. Okay, so how does clavulanic acid help amoxicillin? And how is that like a hunter and their pet? To understand this a little better, we need to leave Azeroth and travel somewhere a little more scientifically minded. Here we are in the kingdom of Pharmacilia, and wouldn't you know it, but this outpost sort of probably looks just like penicillin. Huh, fancy that. What an amazing coincidence. Okay, you got me. It's not really a coincidence at all. That's because, to be the ruler of Pharmacilia, you have to be a member of the family of hereditary pharmacists. The royal hereditary pharmacists, not the normal everyday ones. Anyway, let's take a closer look. Okay, here are some trenches. This one lets you get to the lake here so you can get water. Here's a corral to hold the horses. And here's the beta-lactam ring blockhouse. Okay, so it's not a ring, but if you check out the diagrams online, they're not rings either. Okay, yes, the beta-lactam ring doesn't have a roof, but this is a blockhouse and you wouldn't want the people inside to get wet when it rains, now would you? Some bacteria are able to produce enzymes called beta-lactamases. Like a combat engineer saboteur miner, these enzymes attack the beta-lactam blockhouse in penicillin and amoxicillin and neutralize it. Just like this. Okay, so maybe it doesn't happen quite like that, but that's sort of what happens. Clavulanic acid is a beta-lactamase inhibitor. That means if you add it to amoxicillin, making amoxicillin and clavulanic acid, or Augmentin, the clavulanic acid binds to the beta-lactamases and deactivates them, so they can't destroy the beta-lactam ring. So, just like a hunter's pet, the clavulanic acid sort of acts like a decoy, which then allows the amoxicillin or hunter to attack the bacteria or rare boss monster enemy player monster. So there you go. That's how Augmentin is like a hunter, or a warlock, or a pestilence death knight. Oh, and one last thing. Remember, antibiotics, all antibiotics, the ones who need help and the ones that don't, are only useful against bacterial infections. Using them against viral infections is about as smart as trying to solo a high-level dungeon, so please, if your doctor says you've got a virus, don't insist that you need a script for antibiotics. Thank you for watching, and remember...
You know, squirrels can be deadly when cornered.